Happy Friday, y'all. Hope everyone's doing fabulous tonight. Just wanted to come give some general love messages. Not necessarily romantic. Take it how it resonates. But my main intention is to just give positive messages based off of love, because I totally believe that whatever we put out, it's energy. So anything positive. I was meditating on this message a little while ago, and I asked for only high vibe messages to come out through the cards, and the immediate message that I got back was anything can be turned high vibe. Like, you can make a positive message out of any card that's pulled. So that's been my MO throughout this whole journey. So anyway, that's it right there. So I pulled a few cards, and the first card that popped out was the eagle. Okay, see things from a higher perspective. So in any situation, we can see it from a higher perspective, or a different perspective, so to speak. So sometimes if we just try to put ourselves in somebody else's shoes, because we don't have to believe everything that we think necessarily, if that makes any sense. So sometimes trying to see things from a higher perspective or someone else's perspective kind of just gives the whole situation just more space, and more room to let everyone's thoughts exist, I guess. So the next card that I got is the seer. See beyond the current situation, right? So nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent ever. Good, bad, neutral, it doesn't matter. So we can always see beyond the current situation, in the sense of, if we're in a really, really awesome situation, just remember to give gratitude, be thankful, because things can change at any point. And that's why it's good to try to stay in a positive mindset and keep the energy positive, so that that's what we're attracting. But that we always fall off, that at least I do, and that's fine, it happens. But just gratitude goes a really, really, really long way. And then on the other hand, when things might not seem like they're going so smoothly at the time, you can always see past that current situation and try to envision and manifest where you want to be, and it'll happen. It'll happen quick. Stargazer, set your sights higher, right? So when we set our sights higher, high vibe, as high as we can, right? Set our sights as high as the stars, right? And that'll just help manifest the situation, help it just be the best possible outcome. Be the light in the dark room. That's the message that I'm getting. Like, a smile goes a really, really long way. Just asking someone how they're doing, giving a compliment. It just, especially like nowadays when things just seem to be like extra chaotic, those type of things just help lift all of the energy around. It's not even just that little interaction, like the invisible physical energy is how I like to put it, because I'm a Taurus. I have to have this physical image in my head. So even though it's invisible, I make it physical. So it's the invisible physical energy. But in any case, like, that is creating this like aura of, you know, high vibe energy around that, and that's bouncing off of things and just creating all this cool shit. So in any case, the Queen of Pentacles. So this represents good finances, slow moving energy. You know, you might have a business, you might have savings that you've been working on, like towards something that's been like a slow process, and you're just adding more and more to it. Maybe it's like a 401k or something I'm getting, but something is slowly building financially, and it's good. It's a very, very positive thing in your life right now. The moon. This card is really beautiful. If you can see it, it's got some wolves howling at the moon. And so the moon illuminates things. Like, even though the moon doesn't actually have any light or shine, and it's, you know, the sun, the part of the moon that we can see that is hit by the sun, or the only part that is hit by the sun, is illuminated by the sun. So that usually means that there's some type of truth that could be coming out at some point. Maybe there's some kind of truth that you need to speak. Speak your truth. You know, always speak your truth. From a place of love. Like, when we speak our truth from the highest place of love, you know, and obviously we have to do the inner work to get to a place to be able to love ourselves as well. But speaking that truth is just probably one of the greatest things ever. So yeah, and this card is just really beautiful. Yeah, and these wolves, their mouths are just like wide open. So it's like, scream your truth, speak it so loud, like howl it at the moon, speak it, put it out there. Yes. And then rebirth. Baby coming out of a cave, like the spring rabbit. I just get like an Easter rabbit, rebirth, coming out. Yeah, so when you speak your truth, right, a lot of times it's kind of like a rebirth, because it's like this transformative energy that goes through us, right? And it's almost like our spirit is being reborn, or almost like awakened, when we start to speak that truth. And then the Seven of Swords. This is another moon card. The only difference in this one is just a little fingernail moon, and that moon card is a full moon. But the positive high vibe message that I'm getting from this card is that, like, when we're in a lot of thought, and, you know, even at times we might have like sleepless nights, or just where like our mind is just so cluttered with all of this just like everyday like stuff that we're supposed to be doing, you know, that's not even what we're actually supposed to be doing. It's just this program, you know, that we're like following. Yeah, it's wild. But in any case, write down your thoughts. Like when we write down our thoughts, like especially when they're positive thoughts, like that manifests. Like write down your thoughts in the sense of like your manifestations and what you envision and stuff like that. Because when we do that, it like it's almost like it makes it like stamps it into 3D. You know, because when we put that manifestation out there, it's like it's energy and it's out there in the universe, like, you know, but it's going through all the cosmos, all the galaxies, everything else. So when we actually stamp that down into 3D, like here on planet Earth, it helps draw that energy like into the physical, you know, with ink on paper. So yeah, do that. And like more truth illuminated. When the truth is illuminated, that's when it comes out, right? So speak your truth and write your truth down. And that'll help it come out. That's what I'm getting from this. Write your truth down and put your swords down. Put your swords down and write your truth down, right? And it'll all come out. All right, and I'm gonna just pull a few more cards because I'm feeling kind of frisky. God, what else do you have for the collective? Oh, goodness gracious. And the she-wolf, unleash the wild within. This is kind of funny because they were just the two wolves in the moon card, and then there's the moon again. Okay, so this is the third time, the third time that the moon has come out in this reading. So something is about to be illuminated in your life, like big time illuminated, or it's definitely time to speak your truth, unleash the wild within. Let it out, let it all out. Again, like this wolf is like releasing, this woman is just like coming out of the wolf, like becoming the wolf. And then the shaman, trust in higher forces, right? So there's always other energies helping us. God, first and foremost, always. And then angels, like you can go, you know, down the ladder. The archangels, the angels, and then just like high vibe entities, like just the energy of love itself. Like love is not just a feeling. Like love like is a thing. Like love is an energy. We can create the energy of love. Like before I started this video, like I invoked the energy of love like all through my house, just to be able to get like the best message of love. So you know, just like anything else, just like, you know, lower energies can exist collectively and stuff, like so can love, like more so than anything. Love is the answer to everything. It's the medicine to everything. It's love. It's love. All right, I'm gonna pull a couple more cards. Angels and ancestors, what other messages do you have that you want to come out for the collective on this Friday night? Up all night on Friday night. What was that? It was on like USA. And I remember watching it when I was a kid. It might have been Up All Night on Friday night, but I feel like it was on Saturday night. But anyway, it had like Morgus the Magnificent, and I remember like Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie. It was stuff that was old then, like when I was a kid, stuff that was on when my mom was a little girl. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so the Hermit. Retreat and recharge. Right? So after we do all this high vibe energy work and we put all this energy into manifesting and just, whatever it is that we're doing, it is important to go into hermit mode and retreat and recharge, because it does take a lot out of you. Like just meditating itself, like it takes a lot out of you, just like any other practice. Like just like going to baseball practice and doing the same play over and over and over again for an hour. Like doing an hour-long meditation takes the same amount of energy out of you, like in a different way, but it still calls for a recharge. Like you still have to plug yourself in and go to sleep while you're plugged in. If that makes any sense. So yeah, recharge, turn your phone off. That the phones. And Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. Right, exactly. So the Hermit came out, and then the Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. So while you're in that hermit mode, recharging, you have time to reflect, and you can kind of look in that mirror and see, like, okay, like, what do I need to change? What isn't changing? Like, what is still reflecting back at me? That type of thing. In that same hermit energy. And then the Shield Maiden. So make plans and focus, right? So while you're in that energy of recharging, figure out what you want to do. And then when you go back into action, make plans and focus. Focus while you're in that action, and then be devoted and committed to it. Like a wise sage, be devoted and committed to that action that you're taking. So, I mean, it all just lines up. Like, retreat and recharge, go into that hermit mode, right? And then reflect while you're in that hermit mode, right? And then figure it out, and then take action. And when you take action, be devoted and committed to the action that you're taking. And be positive, think positive thoughts all through it. And it'll be amazing. Oh, I like that. All right. God, angels, ancestors, any higher vibe energies? More high vibe than me. What other messages do you have? Okay, the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so again, that's prosperity in finances. Three, like you could be seeing threes. That's a very, very, very God, divine, angelic number, high power number. You could be seeing 333. It basically means that you are immensely protected. And again, like slow moving energy with the pentacles and finances, as far as saving, building up, something that you've been working on and waiting for something to come in. Like it is slowly coming in, and it is slowly building up, and your patience is paying off for sure. All right, let's get one more card for Up All Night on Friday Night Collective. Like the Seven of Wands. Okay, so a 7 is also like, it's such a beautiful number. Sevens indicate letting go and letting the unknown take over. It's funny because whenever I get into this like super 3D mindset where I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta do this and I gotta do this and I gotta do this, like I'll start seeing like double sevens or triple sevens everywhere, and immediately like I'll know, and it'll kind of like set me straight and make me laugh and pull me out of that, because I'm like, okay, I need to just like get back on the raft and surf on the wave. Like, there is a motion, there is a surf, like, just go with it. She started trying to do all this crazy stuff, you know, in the remote controlled world. It gets kind of crazy. So yeah, you know, like, you don't need to be fighting all this worldly stuff, like all this stuff, like, gotta do this and do this and do this, and the energy bill is due, and this is due, and, you know, the work projects and all of that. I mean, I get it, it's important, it is important, but it's most important to breathe and not feel like you're in this constant fight, you know, because really you just want to sit down and chill and breathe. So that's what that is. One more. Let's get one more. One more high vibe card for the collective on Up All Night on Friday night. And the Prince of Swords. So this is fast moving energy as well. And it's very guarded energy. Yeah, so it's time to put the shields down, put the guards down. Again, like, I'm never ever saying allow anyone to treat you any kind of way. Of course not. Obviously, definitely not. Aside from that, when we put our shields down and just try to operate again from that place of love, like, we can't really come from a place of love while we're holding up a shield, because it kind of contradicts each other. And by putting down our shields, like, from that place of love, putting down our shields, a lot of times that will invoke the other party to put down their shields as well, you know, because, you know, I don't know about you, but if, like, I'm standing there with a shield and somebody else has a shield and that person puts their shield down, I'm gonna feel kind of silly just being like, oh, all right, I still got my shield up. No, like, obviously it's like a peace sign, so put down your shields, and the energy will also be a lot more free flowing, because when you're, like, trying to move fast and holding up a shield, it just creates resistance, so you can't really move. You're putting up that resistance from a shield, so it's just creating a big block. You move the shield, all of that free flowing, that energy can start free flowing rather than just being this block where it's literally just, like, bouncing back onto you. Like, you have a shield and you're running into it and then it's just bouncing back. So in any case, that's that. Thank you all for sticking with me through this video. I hope everyone enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe to help me keep this party, well, not to keep it, to get it rolling and started. In any case, y'all are awesome. Happy Friday night. Love and light.